Well, I try to stay connected with the college students and high school students. So I actually will go and do, I volunteer teach at Marietta City Schools in the graphic design department. So I learn a lot just by seeing what they're doing
Yeah.
and what the teachers are teaching. And then I volunteer over at KSU in the graphic design program, either teaching classes, doing portfolio reviews. And so you learn so much from people who are being educated now.
Yep.
And they learn a lot from me because I was educated back in the dark ages, but I'm teaching them different things.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like this yin and yang where I'm learning from them and I'm getting so much out of it, and they're also learning from me about things. So that's one way. There's a podcast that I love, and it's called Marketing School.
Okay.
And I love that podcast. Two guys, they own huge agencies. They've grown them, and they're, I think, like, I don't know how big they are, but they're extremely thoughtful, and they do a lot of research. And I just get a lot out of listening to them and what they're thinking, talking, and doing. And so if I want to learn about what's going on in AI, I'm usually listening to them about how they're utilizing it. And then at least to stay on top of my game as a leader, I listen to the podcast Founders. This gentleman, he's on target to read, like, I think 1,350 books. He's a fantastic reader and thinker. And so he's reading books about all the most famous leaders in the entire history. And so he reads a lot of books, and then he tells you in an hour, 45-minute podcast what the book was all about. And he talks about founders' maxims, what they're doing, how they did it, like back to, like, people in wars and leaders in wars to, someone like Steve Jobs or Phil Knight. And so it's fantastic because a lot of times I don't have time to read an 8-hour book, but I can listen to his, and there's just so many learnings in those books. And then I apply that to my just day in and day out business. So that's kind of what I do. And then, to stay on top of things.